So, good evening and welcome back to the Student StarCraft AI Tournament Replays section with a lot of casted replays. I am going to rant a little bit and you'll understand later why that is, but first of all let me start off the game. We have got TSV Zerg and he is playing Crazio. Crazio has been working on his bot for a long time, for a couple of years, but recently he's been back and been updating his game. Now, the question is whether it will be enough to beat current number 1 or 2, depending on how you look at it, Zerg, TSCMU Zerg. About the video, as you might have noticed, it's not 1280 by 720 if you are actually paying attention to that kind of nonsense, but it's 1280 by 800. Which is, I have been reliably informed, the resolution of MCA 64 Launcher's laptop, and I couldn't get it to 720. So that is the resolution we are at the moment, and also you might notice that the overlay is lacking with the web address and our cool logo, so sorry for that. And while these two valiant bots, AIs, are crawling through the early game at twice the normal speed, let me get you up to speed about what's been happening and why we haven't been online with a new video for so long. About a long time ago, I think it's about a month now, my PC stopped recording in HD. Everything I recorded was a kind of muddled black with a weird lightning streaks through it, and it just didn't work. So then I like this casting thing, so I tried to fix it, which was a good idea, only that it didn't really succeed. And during the one of the attempts I had an SSD especially for brute war casting. I stuck a Molex connector in my CPU fan. It overheated because it didn't get fanned anymore, and it throttled down, but despite it throttling down it got damaged. So much for that. So I bought a new PC, and I will spare you the details of the delivery company nearly not delivering it, and my hair turning grey and my hairline receding for about 2 centimeters over a single weekend. But I got my PC, installed it after a while. Hardware installation was nearly flawless. I only forgot to insert the big 24-pin motherboard power connector, and that caused me another couple of hours to figure out. But then everything worked, and I got the software set up, and to my great delight, the recording still did not work. It was black, and I couldn't get it to function. Used OBS, used XSplit, wouldn't budge, so too bad. Meanwhile, TSCMU going for muters. First muters out, now killing an SCV. We'll keep an eye on them going to town on the eBay. Perhaps I should, I think it's a little bit loud. I should tune it down just a little bit. So the software all installed didn't work, and then I was informed that the MCA 64 launcher had a recording version thing of its own, and that is what we are using now. We've got an overlay, as you can see, the names of the players, APM, minerals, gas, supply, map we are playing on, and the races. Of course, playing on high definition it is a bit messy because it's not centered and it's rather small, so you need to make this full screen, or if you've got a really big screen, half screen, and then you can actually read what's going on. But meanwhile, TSCMU losing a scouting drone, Crazio going as usual way overboard on the turrets, but at least is keeping these disorganized muters at bay. So let's take stock of the game, because what we've got today is what I've got. I have picked a selection of replays, some of new bots, a couple of updated ones, a couple of games that I just really like because the AIs are so awesome, and we get a big macro slugfest going, and also I was handed a couple of replays of a person yet unknown, we will divulge his identity later, who played a couple of bots and sent me the replay, so that's very interesting. Scouting drones still not fixed by TSCMU, but meanwhile on 3 base, so that's not really a problem. And we've got 13 mutas and nothing else in the way of army, and Crazio is going one more time into the breach, my friends, and well, we'll probably hold this because all the Goliaths soon with the range. And have we got, well, the +1 weapons is brewing too, so I don't think these mutas will do an awful lot. That said, it is, oh, there we go. The Goliath's doing a lot of damage, but no, oh, still nothing killed, that's amazing. These SCVs out on the field trying to repair these, repairing these Goliaths as soon as the attack starts. TSCMU now with 70 mutas, Crazio with only 8 Goliaths. What is happening? These SCVs are not efficient at all. Only 1 factory and 2 factories and a handful of marines. So army-wise, I think that TSCMU with now 50 mutas and concentrating them over here, he might go for a rush. If he catches the SCVs down with their pens up, you can't place a proposition. I hate English. Well, I don't hate English grammar. I can't just reproduce grammatic. Oh, let's skip that. I think that TSCMU can bust this if he chooses so. And by the looks of it, the combat simulator is evaluating. And now the Goliaths are out of place. It goes for the turret. Turret goes down, only 2 marines in this bunker, and all the SCVs which now arrive die. TSCMU with 21 mutalisks, and let me slow down to normal speed because otherwise I've got to talk stranger and faster. Now these Goliaths doing a lot of damage, +1 versus these mutas, and the mutant numbers are being cut down, 17, 16, and I think that Crazio is holding this, but this is weird. This is really strange because all the SCVs come off the line, and that's going to translate into an economic deficit really, really fast. And the saturation here isn't good either, so it's now just the 2... oh, and there come the mutas again. So it's 2 factories and a dropship picking up Goliaths from... oh god, from the middle of the fight. That's not good. Mutas keep pressing on, now 19. Because at the back of this, TSCMU took his, well, saturated his 3rd, I should say, took a 4th. Not yet switching to anything else, but droning in the meanwhile. That's really nice. The macro of these bots is just insane. There are only, there are 3 marines in there, but they're not really doing much. All the SCVs are going completely crazy, and the Goliath numbers are going down 7 to 16 mutas. Earlier there were many more mutas, but the Goliath numbers were higher as well. Now with the 5th base being taken for Zerg, I can't see this going very well at all. And this stupid dropship took 4 Goliaths, which means that there was only well, 3 or so defending the entire base. I don't know where it's going. 4 Goliaths could take down so many mutas, but now it's only marines and a couple of SCVs versus all these mutas, and this is not going well at all. Another base operational for TSCMU. More hatcheries, that's insane. Look at the number of drones, 54 versus 24, 30 more workers, that's not good. Nice bit of droppery going on here, and the SCVs with the bunker still holding, that's insane. But unless this is going to do very good damage, the drones are now running. I really can't see this doing a lot because TSCMU is now up at least almost 50 supply. Well, I say almost. Yeah, 30, 45 supply up now because the mutas all return home to deal with these Goliaths. It might have been a good play. It might have been a nice distraction. And Crazio can stabilize a little bit now with the science vessel. Has it got irradiate yet? I don't know. Should take a 3rd soon because the main is nearly mined out, and well, 2nd weapon upgrade coming up, done now. I'd say this would be a good time to go and do something. Mutas now at 1-1, and we've got 20 mutas versus 9 Goliaths, of which there will be soon 4 again loaded up into the dropship. Now the mutas are coming in once again, and the Goliath numbers are just not there anymore. SCVs can't come to the rescue. The SCV number is so low, only 26, TSCMU was 69, and TSCMU going for the kill, going for the jugular. We've got a hatchery, we've got all kinds of tech coming up, and we've got a lot of drones, almost 80 drones now. Natural being breached, and there goes the science vessel. Boom, there it goes. One more Goliath, no, a couple more here, back at the choke. I hear a ghost, but I don't really see what a ghost is going to do in TVZ. That said, TSCMU just taking more bases. The balancing is so nice, keeping pressure on the enemy with the mutors, droning up behind it. 81 drones now, that's insane. And only an army of about 40 now coming with the lings as well. So you balance anything you're not spending on gas. You stick it into mutors into zerglings or drones. And this is what's left of Crazio's defense. Crazio not really the most aggressive player, but after having fixed the late game freezing and dropping out due to slowing the game down too much, I think that being aggressive in the mid game should be his next development. Because early game is okay, he's got a bunker, couple of marines, and going to slow this, speed it up just a little bit. And look at this army concentration. Oh, here we come, here we go. How many Goliaths do we have? They have +2, but they're only 12, and that is an irradiated zergling. That's quite insane. Now with the tank at the inside, and the Zerg numbers are suffering horribly at the hands of these Goliaths, but as you can see, we've only got 8 and 3 tanks, 2 ghosts, 1 science vessel, a handful of turrets, 2 marines. I don't know where they are, but the natural has been breached, and the main is looking like this. This dropship, I don't know what it's doing. It's picked up an SUV for some reason, and here we go. So TSCMU keep expanding, a lot of sunkens, because with 88 drones and all the eco of the world, what's holding you back? Got a hive now. A lot of, 5 extra hatcheries in here, Defiler Mount coming, Queens coming, everything by the numbers, and this is just going to go downhill from here. So Crazio, despite being updated a lot recently, not yet able to take down TSCMU, not a siege tank position, but as you can see now with the lurkers on the field as well, I can't really, this is not going to work. This is like the defense at Thermopylae by the Greeks versus the barbarians. It's really something out of this world. Crazio with the last ditch effort, re-establishing a bunker. Are there marines? I don't know. Well, marines are coming, and with the irradiates, with the tanks, with the +2 weapons, with the Goliaths, holding out for dear life, but there are defilers on the field, and as soon as there are defilers on the field and an army that looks like this, I think there will be brooklings coming as well. Now the question is what that defiler is going to do. They're not as hungry as they used to be. Before, the defilers used to consume everything and blanket the entire map in swarms. I would like to see that in high definition, because you can fit more swarms onto the map like this. Meanwhile, Zerglings, Hydras going for the kill, the last muser overseeing the destruction. Now with 0 anti-air left, and there we go. Natural being stormed. Main mined out for good, and this is over. Crazio's defenses are gone. 1 marine, 1 ghost, 1 science vessel, and that's it. And I think that this last muter will inadvertently die to a turret attack. Yup, there it goes, but then you've got it all. And I'm going to call the GG because we've got a lot to do. TSCMU still good. TSCMU, please come back to developing your bot, because although we haven't seen a lot of updates in a long time, I do think that you need to be back on top and do this. Okay, so what we see here is 2 players, one called Snowblind, the other called Spock. And Spock is the account under which the AIs are playing. AI in this case is Literbot by Martin Royackert. And as the Zerg, we've got Snowblind, and the player on Team Liquid's called Snowfruit. Thank you for the replays. And Snowfruit playing as a Zerg, and that's very interesting because Zerg is the best race still forever, I think. Okay, so Litterbot going for a couple of Marines, taking on these few Zerglings, all nice and well, then going for the Academy, and I think that nothing will be happening anytime soon. Human player going for a lair, perhaps some muta aggression. Meanwhile, Litterbot going for, better safe than sorry, to... That's interesting, a lot of bio. I thought that Litterbot would have switched to something else by now, but bio versus, oh there come the mutas, and versus all these Marines with Stim and medics, I don't really think you can get an awful lot done. Soon with the +1 weapon too, so that will be major pain as well. I don't know if they've got the range upgrade. Oh, and that's a nice hit by the mutas. But in the end, it's 2 base muta or 3 hatch muta, because an extra hatch in the natural. That's a human build. Not many Zerg AIs are capable of doing at the moment, and I think that I should tune down the music a little bit because it's rather loud. So the muta's now doing a job on these medics, and let's see, we've got 13 Marines, 9 mutas, and that's well, it's a nice mix, but you need more. And of 3 barracks, I don't think that... No, there is only 9 mutas, so it's just for map control, and on the back of that a lurker follow-up, so that's interesting. With the Queen's Nest might be for a fast defiler mount. 3rd base now by the Zerg player coming up, and the mutas are retreating for some reason, I don't know, giving the Terran player a chance to stabilize, which is good. If you let an AI carry on macroing for too long, it's bound to get out of control, and as soon as you've got well, you saw it last game with TSMU, it will keep taking bases and macroing it all perfectly, so if that happens you're in a world of trouble, just having to put down all the bases and killing off all the units, because the economic advantage will get bigger and bigger and bigger. That said, these mutas are doing a really good job, although they do get damaged. Look at all the kills they've got, 2 and 3 each. We've still got, how many? We've got 6, so 3 died, and the Marine numbers with 22 aren't all that great. Litterbot's going for some kind of mech switch with a lot of tech, a science vessel, a science facility, 2 stargates, and not enough units, so that's a really risky choice. Not really dealing much pressure of its own, so that Zerg player can macro up. We get the mutas for information and map control, handful of lurkers, handful of Zerglings, and I think, yep, that's the defiler mount. So, oh, there we go. Mutas now over the undefended natural. Meanwhile, oh, that's good. No, you can't. Oh, you can't do that. Nice flank with the Zerglings, and the numbers of Terran are going to be clipped. Some friendly fire by these tanks, and oh god, run! Splash! And yeah, that's a nice scan, but the damage has been done. Although now these 2 tanks can do a bit of damage, and these Marines will get out of the way. Now with the Zerglings, human player under pressure, that's good. These mutas could have decimated all the, or killed all the SCVs in the natural. Meanwhile, Litterbot going for a lot of units, a lot of tech, and that's physics labs, that's crazy. Now the mutas move in, and a couple of turrets would have done wonders to stop these 6 mutas. Meanwhile, Terran main army is going for the kill. All the lurkers now dead, only 2 sunkens, and the defiler without any units. Standing between the Zerg, look at the army, there's no army, what to speak, 1 defiler, 2 sunkens, 3 lurkers and a handful of Zerglings. That's not a lot, and that's a nice irradiate. And you can kill it if it's not underground, and this tank has got to run for its life. Keep your army together, keep stimming, keep healing up, and kill them all. Oh, Litterbot's running too much, running way too much. Where are the mutas? Are there any mutas left? I think no, all the mutas died. And now it's a 2 versus 3 base, and a Litterbot with a huge tech advantage, I should say, but not really many. 4 barracks, 5 barracks, that's a lot. And the army clustering. Now with the defiler, oh, and a nice irradiate, that's very good. 3 vessels by now. Dark Swarm, Litterbot having been well, it's got some kind of code to it's kind of plague as well. That would be horrible if it got plague. Not yet. And Litterbot just hovering about the base. It could stim through, really. There is nothing much here. There are no lurkers yet. Just stim through and kill everything. Just running from the Dark Swarm, which is good. Could do with some fire bats. I don't know why it hasn't got any. How many vessels have we got? We've got 1, 2, 3 vessels. That's good, but they are not really dealing with this Defiler. Oh, the Defiler dies, and now there is no Defiler left, so Litterbot is going for a massive attack. There are some lurkers, but now with the siege tank... Oh, and that is a key swarm. Look at all the... Oh god, look at all the Marines dying. 4 kills now. And it's... Oh, wow. That is going to be interesting, because a couple of more tanks, and look at the supplies. Litterbot is ahead by about 30. Should take a third base though, because the main is getting very low and you can't really do a sustained push of 2 bases like this. If the enemy's got 3, the saturation is lower, the mining will continue for longer. Now with an ultra cavern coming up, and the human player under a lot of trouble. And you should just take a shot with the Marines, because this is bloody awful. And there we go. No, not going in there. And I think that the lurkers are going to have a little bit to say about that. I think by now the plague should be done, so this Defiler not being targeted by the tanks or the vessels. One huge plague, a couple of swarms, and just round it all up. These lurkers are really doing a number. Litterbot not fighting with the Marines, that's a big mistake. And more units coming for the human player. Look at the resources, got 3k floating. Meanwhile Litterbot mining out. It's a very nice push, but the fighting parameters are just not good enough. Because you need to stim through, decide, well yeah, just let's go for it, and oh god, that's not good. This tank has got a lot of damage, but it's not being used effectively, and the Marines should fire because there are only 3 lurkers. You could push through, but it's not happening. And the vessels are only targeting lurkers and not the Defilers. That's not good. 6 kills on that lurker, that's quite good. And now with the ultras, I think... Oh yeah, there we go. A small backstab, all the mining's done. Now with the lurkers and the lings in the main base. Valiant effort by Litterbot. Could have been a little more deadly, expanding just a little bit more and attacking these lurkers with the Marines as well, because it's just hovering around the edges, taking damage, taking losses, and not really dealing well with these lurkers and swarms. Okay, well the main base looks like this, the natural looks like that, the third base is not taken. Going to call the GG, main army coming back, but human player too strong. Okay, so sorry for the high speed, but we've got a lot to do, and I think most of you know how the game is played. Anyway, so I'd like to show you a new player, a new bot. It's called a Woolybot, and Woolybot is playing as the Teal Protoss in top left from the University of Southern California. New player, sporting win rates of about, well, 80–90%, that's interesting. And the fear and suspicion I get, at least, when I see a new bot with that kind of a win rate, I think, well, it's got some kind of cheese or some kind of aggression. So let's see what it's all about. For now, it looks like a 2-gate. 2-gate, handful of zealots, and the human player, well, that's the human player, the Terran player, I should say, is an AI. It's called Icebot, Ritsumaken, University, Japan. Remember the name, it's very, very good. High ground tank use, drops, and excellent bio play, and if we get to see it, look at the spider mines, because they are awesome. This is what should explain the dancing for those of you not really familiar with AI playing Brute War. As soon as artificial intelligence start playing a game, one of the things you can get is a combat simulator. Well, it takes the force of the Protoss, consisting of, I think, 7 zealots, and the force of the enemy, and it decides, well, can we take it? Can we not take it? So they move forth and they scan something, they see something, and they say, well, now we can't really do that, we'll move back. And as soon as they move back, they only see a part of the enemy, And they think, well, perhaps we go and have a look, and they move back, forth again, and see more units, and move forth, back and forth, and back and forth, just like that. It looks rather silly, but no real damage being taken. It's okay. What should be happening back at home, as soon as this is happening, well, we can't break through, what are we going to do now? And the answer to that usually is, well, whatever is programmed, and it seems like the programming of this bot is just carry on making zealots. More gates, more zealots, and more probes, more pylons. Keep doing it. But on the other end of the stick, we've got a couple of vultures, and vultures with perfectly AI micro intentions eat zealots for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and if they're really hungry, for supper as well. So, as you can see, only 9 zealots, and although there are only 5 vultures, Icebot now going for the big eco advantage. No more units because a lot of tech, but these vultures and a handful of marines have got things locked down quite nicely. Meanwhile, Protosbot not really doing much, only building zealots, and as you can see, the zealots are being cut to pieces by these fragmentation grenades. I'd like to call them concussion grenades, but of course they do concussive damage, which does full damage to small units, being zealots, haha, and these zealots are dying by the numbers. So, there you go. Second base up for Icebot. Portal lifted, nice bit of wall off, but it's not really tight, but it's good enough. Tank on the high ground, that's very good. Siege mode coming up, spider mines coming up. Zealot numbers are all rising slowly, 12, but it's not really. If you look at the supplies, Ice Labs is pulling ahead by almost 20 supply, and it's just getting worse and worse and worse because no second base for Protoss and only Zealots. So that's a bit of a problem. You should switch sooner. And this one vulture is taking all these Zealots for a ride, and now it dies. But there hasn't been any pressure on Terran for a long time. Oh, I was saying, well, it's perfect mine laying, but this one is off. And with the mines, hello, 15 Zealots only versus 18 spider mines, 9 vultures, 3 tanks, and 7 marines for Terran. Tanks on the high ground, you're never going to get through with this small. Well, it's not a small Zealot force, but you're not really coming through, are you? Meanwhile, Terran going for a third. Look at all these spider mines here. Everything is mined except for one base. I don't know why that is. The vultures doing number on these zealots. Oh, there comes the natural. That's interesting. Natural being taken. No other tech yet, so perhaps for more zealots. I don't know what that is. And there comes the mech army of Terran. Only 5 zealots left. Now gas being taken. I do think that this tech switch is coming a little late. Not to say very late. And Icebot going for the kill. Moving up the ramp. Never quite blocking the ramp. That's very good as well. And that's the game. So, Bullybot. Nice showing, but tech switch a little bit faster, but of course making starting out an AI for Brute War is not an easy thing to do, and should be complimented. However, the result is, especially if you're playing Icebot, which is one of the big guns still, even if it's not been updated for almost 3 years now, it's very, very good. If you'd like to play it, you visit our website, and I've even got a video of how to install Brute War API, the program which lets you interact with the game and lets you play against all the bots you are going to see today. So if you want to play a good one, play Icebot. It can do a lot of things, and it's certainly one of the more entertaining bots to play against. Okay, well, sorry, this is going a bit fast. So again, we've got Travis Shelton, random player, this time rolled as Terran, and a new random player is always very interesting, especially if you are if you're starting out as a random player. That's very impressive. With a fast expansion, some zealots coming up, and this is Rob Bogey, and Rob Bogey states in his profile that it's Masscraft by Dennis Summers. The bot, I mean. So this is a bot coded by Dennis Summers, uploaded by Rob Bogey, and I am interested to see what kind of modifications he has made or is going to make. Especially since I do not personally know, or I haven't personally witnessed StarCraft. It did play in AIDE one or two times, and it's very good. Oh, the SCVs are not really repairing, and now these zealots are doing a monster job on the Marines. Yeah. A lot of mining time lost. Zealots doing a lot of damage, going for the bunker, and I think there is only one SCV repairing at the time. That's not good. I think this time all the zealots will die, but we've only got 6 Marine left. And at the Protoss side of things, we've got 4 zealots, 25 probes for 17 SCVs. And strangely enough, there are no combat units building yet, so that's going to be a problem. Because at the Protoss end of things, we've got gas a little bit faster than did Woolybot, and coming up with the goon range and 1 goon already. 2 goons. At the Terran side, we've got another bunker, so we've got 2 bunkers, 6 Marines, 7 Marines now. A lot of SCVs building, and a lot of some kind of tech, but nothing building yet. Saving money for something, I don't know what for. Spider-Mine should build a vulture first, because you're going to be under attack soon, of course. Travis Shelton doesn't really know that right now, but should have kind of an inkling that it's not going to be good. More bunkers being built, but only 4 Marines, so I don't even know where they are. Oh, there they are, or rather were, because only 2 left and 1 left, and there it goes. No combat units being built, so 3 bunkers, a little bit of Spider-Mine tech, some money in the bank, a lot of SCVs, another supply depot, and no combat units. So I do fear that this is not going to go at all well. Meanwhile, Rob Bogey with StarCraft, bots called StarCraft after the Meuse River in Maastricht, University of Maastricht, where also Martin Royakas is studying, doing his master's thesis now. Yeah, and if you don't build any combat units, it's going to look like this. So, StarCraft looking good. Rob Bogey, it'd be interested to see what you're going to do, and now Spider-Mine Vulture Speed, that's very weird. More combat units. Travis Shelton, good level of play, but I'd make some more combat units in the future, because otherwise it's not going to end well. GG. Now, let's do a human versus AI game once more. Let's see, Skynet, Ximp. Let's do Skynet. Skynet coded by Andrew Smith, last update again 2013, but I think that it is still the number 2 Protoss AI on the scene, and that's saying quite a lot. If you are not updating your bot for 2 years, almost 3, and then still being number 2 Protoss, that's very good. So, Snowfruit, Zerg player, going for fast pool. Perhaps a little bit afraid of some zealot rushes. A lot of Protoss bots are zealot rushers. 2 gates, very good opening, but this one is going for fast forge. Perhaps fast expansion, I don't really know. I do think, yeah, there it goes. Nexus behind Forge, and Zerg player thinks, well, not going to get through here. Now with a gateway, that's a nice wall off, and you can't really memorize it for every map, because there are new maps, and you need to have some kind of a variable function that measures up the map and makes a nice wall off. So that's very interesting, very well done by Skynet. This one could have been a little bit more to the right or a little bit more to the front, but hey, what am I complaining about for an AI that is a near perfect wall off? Small gap, and the Zealots now out to do some damage. Oh, but there are too many lings, and the Zealots are moving in one at a time, so that's not good. Let's see, we've got a Hydra Den, a couple of drones, and Spire coming up. 3rd base up already, that's very good, but drone-wise it's now 36 probes against 30 drones, so eco-wise it's pretty okay. pretty equal. Going for the lurkers, that's good. And, whoa, going for a Corsair. Might this be a stove? Because Citadel of Dune will lead to Templar archives. Couple of photon cannons, perhaps fearing muters. Have we got a spire over here? Yep, we've got that, so that's a nice bit of anticipation. A couple of photon cannons. This bit is a little bit unprotected, but hey, you got a couple of goons and Corsairs. How many? 2 Corsairs, 1 building. That's very good. So it'd be interesting to see what's going to happen here. We are getting so many drones. We've got 33 drones versus 42. That's good. Nice Protoss army being put together now with a lot of Corsairs. We've got 4 already. Okay, well the Stargates stopped flashing for a bit. We've got another Stargate. That's crazy. So many production buildings, but no actual units. That's a bit of a mistake, really, because Zerg's going now for a 3rd. Soon to be 4th, I think, has got the money. Some Corsairs to keep the... hello, some Scourges, a lot of Scourges to keep the Corsair numbers down, perhaps. And now of 2 Stargates building Corsairs, that's crazy. Look at all the gateways, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And none of them building, that's not good. Oh, 1 building Zealot, okay. Well, so we've got 2 Stargates building Corsairs. 7 gateways building Zealots, and a High Templar. This is going to be so interesting. And we've got a High Templar in the field as well, so going to slow it down just a little bit. Got enough energy for a storm, and the lurkers being caught with their trousers down, being stormed, and they all... No, 2 live. 2 of them live, a couple of Hydras, but again, so many Zealots and Goons, that's not really going to do much. These lurkers, can't kill them off soon. What is that? A Protoss army doing a lot of good things, but then in the end decide to camp over 2 burrowed lurkers. And where is the detection? We've got a lot of cannons here, that's good, but we've got what have we got? Oh dear, goon range coming. No. 11 kills on this one, and 10 on the other one. This is very expensive, especially a High Templar. And this Zealot will die too if it doesn't... Oh, it's trying to build a base here, but without detection you're not going to do that, and these Corsairs are not going to help at all. We've got a robo facility and an observatory, but in the end you need not to... Oh god, this is going to be painful. Protoss was doing so well with the army, could have pressured the natural, could have pressured the 3rd, 4th up now, not really saturated yet, but if you suicide your units on... Oh, that's just not good. AIs can do so many things right, but if you only do one stupid thing as a human player, you would not in a million years keep doing that. Not in a million years would you keep your army marching over 2 burrowed lurkers. And the question is, where is the observer? Here is the observer now, and the observer's immediately starting out for this place, but 19, and can we get 20, more than 40 kills between them, and more probes coming up, so that is not good at all. This probe now going for another expansion, but there is a Zergling there as well, so it heads back. And where does it head back to? Oh god, 23, 44 kills between them, and the Protoss army looks like crap. A lot of Corsairs, but the Zerg army is all over the place. Nice defensive positions. One here as well, not really as strong, but the army is just so much better. Going for a hive. Protoss now slowly mining out. Should have taken a 3rd. Should have taken a... Oh no, not again. Where is that damn observer? It's here, doing something stupid. Well, keeping tabs on the main army, that's good, but if you need to have some kind of way to detect that there are 48 kills worth of lurkers burrowed under the place where you keep sacrificing drones. That is not good. A nice storm, lot of lings dying, but I do think that, oh god, you need, where is that damn observer? It's almost like the Brood War introduction cinematic, where you've got these General de Gaulle and Alexei Stukov, what's in a name, World War II bias. Okay, this is pretty good. Killing some lurkers in the middle of the field, but this is just bad. This is just very, very bad. We've got 51 kills worth of 2 lurkers, and still probes are running into that. That's not good. In the middle of the map, the lurkers are being taken down with the help of this one observer. But you've got to have some kind of perspective and deal with that first, because natural's looking like this, main is mined out, and although you've got nice production, if you can't keep it up, Zerg now 4 bases, 4 mining bases, not really mined out, as it's not been mining, so oh god, all these Corsairs sacrificing. Some Scourgers helping out too. Zealots going for the spores first. That's so Skynet is so good, but really falling apart a little bit because of all the silly decisions it's making. Andrew Smith needs to come back and needs to fix this, because although it's pretty old, Skynet is one of the AIs that could go for a strike at the versus human matchup, and that is so hard. You need to understand, all these AIs are just made for AI versus AI matches, and not versus, yeah, nice Storm and the Hatchery, not for AI versus human, but they're pretty good. Now the third gets raised once more, natural nearly mined out, main almost gone, and Zergers all over the map. If you look at the supplies, oh, Protoss still 93 versus 80, but a lot of that is in probe, so army supply only about 50, and Zerg army supply about 25, that's not a lot. A lot of resources stacked though. Protoss putting a lot of pressure on this this base. With the, I saw an observer, this time it's there, so it's very effective. A couple of Corsairs and Zealots now going for, yeah, nice Storm, so that's really good fighting, even by, well, say D minus D plus level human standards. That's very good for an AI. That is incredible. So that's really good, and this third base is being pacified as well, so Protoss going for a bit of a resurgence. +1 armor upgrade, I don't know why that is, but breaking through here, and if it had been reinforcing this this attack, it could have taken down the third, could have taken down the fourth, but I don't really, it's running back and forth too much, and the Zerg players just doing too much. And oh god, just 5 Zealots here, mine here, build a Nexus, do stuff, keep your main army here, kill the buildings, don't get off on a wild goose chase, and don't kill that one first. It's, oh dolly. Observer is there, that's good, and the human player is under quite a bit of pressure, although it's, he's got quite a bit of resources stacked. Main is mining out, third is looking like this, but there is no really concerted effort to kill things. It's just the Protoss players running around, and now all the probes are dead because they've been sacrificed in a long distance mining effort, and only 2 probes left. And moving out your 2 of your last probes, 4 probes, and that's it. I don't know what happened, but I think the connection got dropped, but you could see where this was going. The Protoss player doing so many things right, but if you can't really do 1 or 2 things, if you go completely overboard and you lose in the most, well, it's not really shameful, but you lose in a rather silly manner, and that's not good. Have I got one more thing to show? Probably. I've got a game of Ironbot by Igor Dmitrievich from France, and Vladimir Jurenka. And Vladimir, I don't know where he's from, but he's pretty good. Also, one of the old guard has been with the student StarCraft AI tournament for quite some time. Hasn't been updated in years, but it's really interesting. One of the old school Protosses like Skynet, a little less deadly but a little bit more creative at times, I would say. And Stone has been wrecking the world with an incredibly crazy play. Took a third place at last year's AIIDE tournament by doing an SCV rush where all the SCVs would just move over and repair each other, with 2 or 3 SCVs mining at home paying for the repair bills and taking out workers, taking out buildings, because with 5 SCVs in a certain stage of the game where there are no combat units yet, you can do a lot of damage. Now, that was an earlier iteration of the bot, which was called Stone, and this one is called Iron. Iron is a little bit more sophisticated. It does expand now, and it uses some other kind of unit to do major harassment, and you will soon see what and why. Now, that is a really fast RoboBay. I don't know what that is about. Got a goon. This must be the fastest Reaver ever. 2 goons, RoboBay and a Reaver. Wow, that is amazing. No other words for it, really. Meanwhile, Terran going for mines. No, not mines. That's vulture speed and a lot of vultures. Couple of Marines, and just going to harass the living daylights out of this Protoss. But now with the Reaver, I don't think these vultures won't have anything to do with that, because as soon as they pop in their snouts in the Protoss base, they're going to get a scarab at their tail. And I do need to do this in real speed, but oh, it misfired. And now this shuttle carries off the Reaver for some unknown destination. No, it's coming back, that's good, because there is a lot of pressure at the front door. And the Goon and the Zealot are just the 2 things you need to fend off all these vultures with mines, I should say. And this slow shuttle is moving across the map. A human player would undoubtedly do something against that very quickly. Isn't doing so because it hasn't really got the skills, the IQ, or the scripts to imagine what a Reaver could do in a mineral line. But if it could, it would be screaming bloody murder and doing something about that to stop that. Meanwhile, Vladimir Yurenko going for a Citadel for Dune and the Templar Archive. That's really crazy. I've seen it done doing Reaver drops, but I have never seen it do Reaver in a shuttle and then follow it up with Dark Templars. Or High Templars perhaps, I don't know. What will it... It could be High Templars, but surely not, you haven't got the money for that. Now with the Siege Tank. And I think that this Reaver will be... Need to get a Scarab up fast. No, that's a bit of a blunder. And now it looks like the Terran's got some kind of a contain going. With a handful of vultures, a couple of mines and a tank. Oh, and the Reaver has landed. The Reaver has landed, and if you can imagine what... Oh god. All the no, well, not all the SCVs, but they dare not mine, and they are getting blown up by... Oh, all the mining time lost. That's crazy. That is really crazy, and even taking some shots at the command center, because if the command center goes down, it will be all over. That said, we've got now a siege tank in the mineral line of Protoss, and that's not good. Got Dark Templar up as well, and no scans, so that is going to be the savior. Of course, you need to do something with that Dark Templar, other than God knows what. But we've got a Reaver as well and a Zealot. So between the Reaver and the Zealot and the Dark Templar, which is going to get... That was really silly. But the tank is down now, and we've only got a handful of vultures against the Reaver. And we've got a Reaver here as well. Oh golly, doing such a lot of damage. The entire base getting wrecked. Now with a Goon. And that's really crazy because Stone has been posting win rates of about 80-90% over the last couple of weeks, and Vladimir Jurenko, we just brought it back for laughs and giggles really before the last tournament, 2015 finals. Just wanted to see what all these old bots could be up to, and by the looks of it, quite a lot. Don't let it back in, no, just keep patrolling it and don't run into these mines, because you've got the eco advantage and you just need to keep oh god, don't do that, because that one vulture is going to do such a lot of damage. What is Jurenko going to do? This Reaver is wrecking the main base. That's really cruel. And this vulture, why would you build another gate? Oh, that is, well, I know why that is, but it is because there is no script to tell it. Well, we've got a threat in our midst. We're just going to keep mining stuff until hopefully we die. Now with another Reaver, and this Reaver's still there because what can't stop it. Now lifting the command center, of course it can't get away because it will burn down. There is no more money. Perhaps he can land it here, but I doubt that there is a... And what is with these dumb DTs? Now all the vultures are dead, so eco advantage goes to the Terran player, and I just want to see how this pans out. Doing a lot of damage. A lot of damage. I really want to see how many kills this one Reaver's got. It's really impressive. By now the command center hasn't died yet. Can I see 30 kills? 30 kills, meanwhile more Dark Templar, and so many Dark Templar. What the hell are they doing? Going after one SCV, I don't know why, I don't know. It's really crazy. Vladimir Jurenko bringing the house down with Dark Templars and Reavers. And the command center is still out there floating, and I think that all these units are going to try and attack it now, but of course that can't work, but it's burning in the red, so it's going to burn down, and we've got one factory left. Meanwhile in the main base, a lot more units being produced. That's good, isn't it? Going for another base perhaps, I don't know. And I think that the command center crashed here, unawares of this base. Going to give the game to Vladimir Jurenko. The game will time out in a couple of minutes, and then it's the 90 minutes victory condition, which is very good. This probe must be scouting, but I don't think I will have the patience for that. So that is that. Vladimir Jurenko, great game, really impressive, taking it down with a Vulture, with a Reaver and Dark Templars. So, what have we got? I really need to tell you something more, so I'm just going to pick one game from my archives. And I could not really, those are the games from... I don't really know what this is. I think this is a human versus AI match. We've got Killerbot, Mammarian Defect, and we've got Blackbeard. So another AI versus human match, and I am going to rant just a little bit because I'd like to. Of course, as you can see, I haven't got the overlay working. I had been talking about the casting problems a little bit earlier. I won't repeat that because it's a little bit boring and it's mainly solved. Thing is, I don't have an overlay yet, so I can't flash my grades and... oh, it can do it like that. No, it's too small. So what I'd like to do is to invite you to our website. It's in the YouTube comments. You can learn how to code AI yourself over there. We've got great examples. We've got well, everything you need basically. And you can also learn how to play against these bots, install them on your computer, and have a lot of fun with them. Human player Blackbeard is... I don't even know He's got another name on Team Liquid, or I don't really know who it is anymore. Sorry, Blackbeard, I'm just using you to show an awesome game, because Killerbot by Marian Devecker is an aggressive piece of coding, and although Marian Devecker hasn't been on for a couple of weeks or months already, he has brought it back from the 2013 version and is bloody aggressive, so you need to be able to do a lot of good StarCraft to be able to beat it, even as a human. Now, the map, the fortress, I don't really know. It's not in the official map pack. It's one of the maps that the human player must have had. And look at this. 3 sunken... Well, where are the units? Where are the units? Killerbot, a lot of money in the bank. Now going for a lot of Zerglings with 3 sunken. Should have enough, but they should be out really quickly, because all these zealots are going to do a number on this base and take it down. Now the links come in, but there are too little and they are too late, so that's that. Trying to rebuild a sunken in that line, trying to defend with the rallies, but I don't think you really could. Links being cut to pieces. Have they got the +1? They have got the +1, so they're killing Zerglings really fast. And Killerbot going for trying to mine it. This is not good at all. And these drones will get stuck eventually, I fear, doing this kind of mining. A little bit silly, but understandable in the circumstance. Now going for Hydras, and perhaps you need a good Hydra switch, but the Protoss army is getting too big. But what I wanted to say was, visit our website, support us by playing games against these AIs, telling us what you liked about them, what they could do better, and if you're really darling, send me a couple of replays that I can cast, because I like that, and I'd like to show in what respect these AIs are different, better or worse than human players. That's just one of the things I like about this world. To see how the cognition of people, of animals and of robots develops, and robots playing StarCraft Brood War is one of the most amazing things I have ever seen personally. Going for a 2-base attempt, I think that the main base will be killed soon, and now going for a resistance effort, really robust, trying to rebuild. Protoss going to across the map, trying to find the enemy, throwing down a couple of one sunken and a lot of hatcheries, no units and a lot of drones. By now I think the Protoss army is getting really out of control, only have 2 bases still, but now converging on this one sunken colony and 2 Hydras. That's not really fair. That's that. Humans still way too strong. I'd assume that the best AI is about the level of E on IC Cup. That said, shield battery is going to be up in the near future, which is an effort by some members of Team Liquid. Where you should check it out, with the game Brood War being played in some kind of a web environment where you can make games without being forced to port forward and things like that. So that's going to be really awesome. I hope to be able to play some AI games on there as well. We'll have to see. Will be interesting. For now, visit our website if you liked it, leave a comment, and if you want to play against these bots, you can learn how to do that on our website. Send me the replays. For now, thank you for watching and have a good night. And I say, da-da-da-dum, goodbye.